Hi, welcome to our bus, Scully. So I'm Jen, my husband is Jake, he's outside with the kids. We met in 2012, we dated for a couple years before we had our first son, Jacob, in 2016, and then we got married in 2019, and shortly after had our second son, Justin. It really came from just struggling, like living paycheck to paycheck. Jake was working full-time while I was with the kids, and it just seemed like we never had enough time together as a family. We originally were looking at like earthships and like other forms of tiny living. That all requires buying land before you can even begin to build a home. So that's when we found schoolies. For a while it was just like something we saw on the internet, on Facebook, like, oh, that's awesome, I wish I could do that. But just never thinking it would be reality for us, because you're just so stuck in that get up, go to work, come home, pay rent, make the bills. And it was really after our second was born that I came across a bus in New Jersey that was only like 20 minutes from where we lived. It was only $2,000, and it was just too good to pass up.
Definitely at first I was like motivated because I felt like good, I'm like, I'm getting all this done, I'm working so much, but it definitely starts to take a toll. I mean, I would get off of work at 6 and work here till dark on the bus, and then the weekend I would show up here in the morning and work all day long, and I mean, it gets tiring, but in the end it's all well worth it. It's definitely, different realizing the things that you used to buy all the time and all the unnecessary things we would have, to then doing this and be able to save money and spoil the kids a lot more. It's amazing, to be honest. It's pretty nice.
And there was really a learning curve with this lifestyle. It definitely took us a few weeks to, really get the hang of what our solar system could handle, and how long until our water ran out, and when we had to like change the toilet bag. But now that it's kind of settled down and we have a hang of it, it's just really nice to have somewhere to call home that we made and we don't owe anybody for.
So, I'm currently in New Hope, PA. I work here at this farm. It's pretty much as a landscaper, caretaker of the farm, the gardens, the plants, the trees. A 2000 GMC Bluebird, 6-cylinder Caterpillar motor. Runs great. Got it for about $2,000. Drove it here and had it here ever since, and just started building. Pretty much painted it within a day. We got 6 solar panels that power the entire bus. This is the shore power if anything was to go wrong with the solar or we didn't want to use it. Real simple to put in. Back here is actually the water hookup to where we either fill our tank or can just be straight hooked up to water. We pretty much just turned the back of the underneath the bus into just storage. We have a 100-gallon water tank, and then just our bed, a little open area for a breezy day, hang out, relax.
This is a wall we built out of vintage soda crates. We put the back on this way so that we could put hooks and hang keys, masks, jackets, and then the bottom has the bottle holes, so that's where we stuff all the kids' shoes. Really like plants, so we just kind of have plants everywhere. These are air plants and moss, and a lot of these come from the farm here because they have a really nice greenhouse. So this is kind of like the little kitty corner. They have a bed, their litter box, food, water, plants. They love it too. This is where we keep our electronics. Here we have the boys' tablets and games. We have DVDs. This is the PlayStation. This is our internet. It's wireless. It just needs to be charged. So with this, we can have internet anywhere we go. It's really great. We've had this cabinet for ever. I painted it green. It was blue. We've had it in all of our past houses. I just love it, and it was such a perfect size for a bus. So slim. And this is where we keep all the kids' toys. They don't have as much as they used to, but they still don't even play with them. They'd rather play with sticks. built our couch. It's from Home Reserve, and you can get like all different sizes. I knew I wanted this couch, so we built everything else first with the dimensions in mind.
But the nicest part about it is, so in the storage you have all of their tracks, and more tracks than anybody could ever want. It really helps having that extra space. Very simple to go back together. This is our wood stove. Probably one of my favorite parts about the living room, just because it's a wood stove and I can cook anything on it whenever I want. Another favorite part is the plants. I do like plants. It's pretty much what I focus on all the time. The cabinets we actually got from IKEA. It was actually a better idea than trying to build them themselves, as well as the sink and the faucet. This is pretty much more IKEA stuff. I mean, the shelves I built, as well as the trim, I made and put together, and then actually my wife stained and polyurethaned for us. This cutting block was actually from a thrift store that we got for a few bucks, I believe. Limited dishes, limited space. Really don't need much if we just rinse it and wash it right away. It's great to have less dishes. Tiling, it's just, I think, vinyl tiling. Very easy, simple put on. Cat food, cat litter, trash can. And then this is our storage for all the kids' snacks, miscellaneous wipes, diapers, stuff like that. The chips, gotta have the chips. The lights, actually, my wife found, I forget where, but I think they were actually meant for technically outside, but they work great in here. Keep this place very bright at night. The fridge, I believe, was about 300 something. Not a bad fridge. It stores a lot of food. It does the job and does not use too much power, to be honest. So this is our hot water heater. Touchscreen. It pretty much runs whenever you use the water or use the pump. It'll automatically kick in, and you can set it to whatever you want. And then the washer and dryer. It's a washer and dryer in one. 2 hours, 3 hours, I believe, to do a full load, but it's great because you can just throw it in and leave and come back and it's done.
This is like the Homeschool Corner. It has like books, again, more of these baskets, and just like shelves on the wall. Everything like being stacked is what keeps me sane. We painted this with magnetic paint first, so it's magnetic also, and it's a chalkboard. Of course, we have to have the school bus toy. You have to have a school bus toy. Our flooring is the life-proof vinyl planks, but I really love the way it turned out. I was scared it wasn't going to hold up because here there's lots of dirt and we have the door just open all the time. Kids are in and out, but it's held up really well and I just love the way it looks. This is one of our skylights. This one does not open. The back one is a hatch. This is like my propagation station. So I just like stick plants in water and wait for them to grow. And I can't wait for them to grow longer and hang down. I'm really happy we did them because I love the light, especially for Jake. It gives him a place to stand where he doesn't feel like cramped. They definitely leaked a bunch at first and it just kept taking like waiting for a rain and then going up and fixing where it leaked like a bunch of times, but now we're good. They don't leak anymore. This is the bunk beds for the boys. The top is Jacob's. He requested rainbow walls. He really likes it. It has glow-in-the-dark stars on the ceiling, stickers he's collecting. Underneath here we have their pajamas. These are just baskets that I zip tied together so that they would like give us the depth without having to make our own.
So the bathroom is where we spend the least amount of our time. Went to the thrift store, we found this little cabinet, little wall shelf cabinet that we just put into the wall in here for all the miscellaneous things, deodorant, whatever we would need in here. And then pretty much used cedar siding to wrap the entire bathroom with bamboo ledges. Just nailed right in, they worked perfectly. It's a composting toilet, very simple. We made it ourselves versus buying one. Just wanted to give it a shot, see if we could do it ourselves. Obviously some artwork from a friend of ours. And then actually this mirror was the rear view mirror to the bus itself. It actually works perfect up and down. You don't really need one too wide. And then the shower was a great project. Pretty much feather finish concrete, I believe it was. I can't remember the exact name to it, but it fits pretty good. I mean, we have a bench to sit. Everybody come in, the kids can get in here together, hang out, one on the bench, one on the seat. We did decide to save the emergency window so that we can open this and access the shower from outside or inside and just have a nice breeze while you're hanging out in the shower. These are just tiles, wood tiles that click together. They were a different color, but we cleaned them up and restained them to the darker color that we wanted. And they're just over top of the concrete floor where the drain is. And they just help keep us elevated off, allow the water to run easier. I actually like it a lot better than just having a concrete floor. Built a cubby hole in here for the soap, the sponge, everything like that. We also had to seal it with a concrete sealer to protect it. I think we did about 2 coats of that so that no water can penetrate, soak into the walls, it cause mildew or anything like that. And then the plants just give it that touch. This is our food pantry with more of the same kind of baskets where canned food, rice, beans, packages, kids snacks, and then also the kids laundry, their clothes. We just built the doors, just took some siding, and then this, I can't remember what it's called. It's like a weave type of material, but it works perfect for it. So this is the electrical closet. We have 4 lithium-ion batteries, charge up and power the whole entire bus. It was pretty simple to put together once I researched it enough and figured it out. And then for safety reasons or anything, if anything was to happen, we have this fireball in here. It'll explode, pretty much extinguishing any issue in here. Now, the batteries are excellent. They're probably one of the best batteries I thought we could get.
These are just drawers that we took out of an old vintage dresser we found on Craigslist, I think. And so we actually built the thing to put the drawers in because the dresser was too high itself, but I really wanted these drawers. These just house me and Jake's shirts and pants for the most part. And then in this little cubby, we have again the sliding baskets with shirts. This is our bedroom. This is a woven curtain. So it closes and then it opens. And I love it. We have more storage over here for our clothes. It's a queen size bed. And this bedding I'm so in love with. I've had it for years. It's a king, but I turned it sideways because I was determined. It's so comfortable. These curtains I actually made from blackout curtains from Walmart and fleece that I cut up and hot glued to each other. And then the straps are just placemats that I cut up and put Velcro on the bottom to hold them up. I made these side panels. I just glued preserved moss to them, and I was thinking of trying to put air plants that'll root into them at some point. This big empty space is where our mini split is set to go. It'll be a backup heat source in the winter and a fan and air conditioner in the summertime. I have a mirror and some pressed flowers on the wall. One piece of advice for anybody thinking of building a bus into a house would be to allot way more time for it than you originally thought, because pretty much every project definitely took more time than we were planning on, and that's still true. I'm sure when we try to put our mini split on, we think it'll take a day. I'm sure it'll take us a week or something like that.
Just take your time, have fun. Don't stress yourself out about the small things. Everything can be fixed, and just don't make yourself go crazy thinking it has to be 100% perfect. Take your time designing it and just picture what you would want and go for it, Thanks for touring our bus, the Scully bus. We're happy to show it off and just show you guys our lifestyle and the way we're going to be living for a while. And you can follow us at scully.bus on Instagram. I hope you guys enjoyed.